are powerful allies and change makers in the movement against gender-based violence.
In this series, we have honest conversations about our encounters with such violence.
Sharing stories of what we have seen, faced, and learned as both survivors and observers.
This podcast is for young people, but for all people. This is I Am.
I am courageous.
So welcome to today's episode. My name is Sharon. This is the I Am series. I Am series is supported by 9-3 Uganda. This episode is our very first episode. It's a special one. Today we have a very special guest with us. Maybe before we start, could you please tell us about yourself?
Okay, my name is Akwero Stella. I'm 22 years. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and my level of education, I stopped in senior 4. I'm born again.
Yes.
I'm a single mother, living with my parents.
Okay.
I'm a self-reliant person also.
Self-reliant person. That's a very strong word. It must be coming from a very courageous person, like you said, and like you described yourself.
Yeah, that's me.
You said you're Akwero Stella.
Yes.
Akwero Stella, thank you so much for being with us today.
Welcome.
You're our special guest.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Stella, could you tell me a little about yourself and other things? What do you do?
Actually, I was running a small business for someone.
Yes, please.
But right now I'm not doing anything. I'm just in the village there. So I got your information, that's why I came to interact with you.
Okay.
But I'm aiming at going back to school. If at all, like someone to pay me back to school, because my parents told me they don't have money to take me back to school. That's why I'm just like with my daughter at home.
Okay, so Stella, why do you describe yourself as courageous?
Yeah, I describe myself as a courageous mother, as a courageous person, because I've been a courageous mother.
You've been a courageous mother?
Yeah.
Yes. Could you share with us some of the experiences or what you've gone through?
My experiences is like when I was in senior 4.
Yes, please.
I was sitting that year in 2017.
That was 2017, okay?
Yes.
That's a long time from now.
I got pregnant when I was at school.
Yes, please.
I was studying in a single-sex school.
Yes.
Then I got pregnant when I came just home for a short holidays.
Yes.
Going back to school,
You were pregnant?
I was pregnant.
Okay.
That is it. So I stayed with that pregnancy in school until I sat for my exam. Then when I came back home in December, that's when my parents started to know that I was pregnant. Then they were like, okay, since you're pregnant, can you go to your husband or to the boy who has pregnanted you?
Yes.
Then we started organizing ourselves with the boy.
Okay.
Then when I told the boy, you know what, my parents says, I'm not comfortable to stay at that place. We have to come and stay. I have to come and stay with you together. Then the boy first asked me, do you know me?
Okay.
Then I was like, what is it again? I know you.
We've been dating. Yes.
You have been we have been in love with you. Now I'm pregnant. Again, you're asking me,
Who
do you know me or what? I know you. Then the boy told me, look at me. I'm not ready to be the father of a child now. Then I asked him, what do you want now? Are you talking of something else to be done after this one? Then he was like, if you're ready to be the mother of the child, it is up to you. But me, I'm not yet ready.
Wow.
Then I told him, I'm not ready for what you're aiming at even. I've come back with my uniform from school. That one I will carry with my child. If you say you're not ready to be the father, I know with time you're going to be ready to be the father.
Yes.
That's why I kept that pregnancy. I didn't think of abortion because I was courageous.
Yes.
I stayed with it. Then I went back to my father. Actually, I went back to my parents. I sat them down. I told him, Dad, you know what? This man says like this, like this, like this. Then my dad kept quiet. Then my stepmother answered me, we can't stay together with you here. You have to look for your husband, not to stay at my place here. For me, I'm with my husband. You look for your
go and look for
your husband. That is
Let us
it.
cut you short.
Yes.
So for how long had you known this, let's call him a boyfriend?
I've known him like for 3 years.
You had known him for 3 years?
Yes.
And then
we started dating when I was in senior 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you announced to him that you're pregnant, he said, look at me very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Continue,
was it.
please.
Then life became difficult, and my father was like, she's our child yet. Now where do you expect her to go? Since the boy has refused her and the boy is no more there. Actually, after 2 days me going to the boy disappeared from the district. Yeah, I didn't, without any number, without communication, I didn't know where where he was. I was just there.
Okay.
So my dad was like, okay, you stay at home here. Feel free. You're still my daughter.
Okay.
I can't chase you. I can't take you anywhere now.
Yes, please.
You can't go and suffer there when the boy is not there.
Exactly.
You can stay with us here. That was the word from my dad. But my stepmother was not okay with it.
Okay.
But I prayed to God. I thank God. I managed. I was courageous. The moment she tells me anything, she tells me like that, so that she punished me. She gives me a lot of work, but being courageous and a hard-working woman,
Yes, please.
I have to do all the needs. Even if she tells me what, first do this, then you eat. I have to do so that I have that comfortable there.
Yeah, so you become comfortable in the home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
so
thought if I have to do that, I will what? Call her heart back to me, to have that love, even if little love from her. So I have to do each and everything the way she wants.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I have to suffer with it. But sometimes things become so hard. I sat on my bed, I cry, because you know her abuses. She can abuse me. You cook food, she carries all the food, takes to the bedrooms, serve the children from them. So I sleep hungry. Tomorrow you have to wake up early in the morning. You start the housework again. You fetch the water. Remember, we fetch borehole.
You fetched water from a borehole
When the
as you were pregnant.
tap is at home.
Yes.
But you go and fetch the borehole.
How long was it from home to the borehole? Okay.
It was 3 kilometers away from home.
And you're pregnant.
And I'm pregnant.
Yes.
And we have a lot of jerrycan, because at home there I have brothers. You know how boys, and they were still young, they play with the water.
Oh.
So you bring water at home, they destroy it, you have to go back. She will complain, you have not brought water. So me, I just keep quiet. Whenever she talks, I just ask for forgiveness. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I have to do what she wants. So I have been there, reaching now the 7th month with pregnancy.
Now you're carrying all this time from maybe 1 month to 7 months, you're carrying water.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been with like that, but reaching 7 months, you know that the pregnancy is becoming now heavy.
Yes.
You could tell me this, then I take time also to do what?
Do it. Because you're now more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now she started like fighting with me. She wanted to fight with me a day. She quarreled the whole, maybe let me say the whole area there was noisy. She was abusing me. You broke up from school. Who told you that? You thought your father loves you a lot. Now you see where you are. Where is the love again? Then I cried. I didn't answer her. I just bowed down before her and I told her, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
May you forgive me. She locked the door. I should go to my place. She locked the door, the kitchen where I sleep. She collected the children and went with them to the other room. They ate, they slept there. Me, I sat out until the neighbor came out, then told me, can you come and have a night here so that we see the way forward tomorrow. Yeah. So I spent that night there. In the morning, the neighbor took me to the LC so that the LC come and calm her down.
Yes.
She accepted. I continue with my work every day like that. Reaching a time now, she can abuse me, she can abuse the boy, she abuse even my parents, my mother, who I don't know how they broke up with my father.
Yes.
She can compare me with a dog, with what? So I thought of, why am I still living? Why am I still having life after this moment? Why can't I just go? I can't just take my life just like that, because I've suffered a lot. So I thought of Cipro, taking a tap, so that I kill myself. My intention was not for abortion, but just to kill both of us now.
Life was now becoming harder and harder.
And it's every day hardening like that. So I thought of giving up, losing that hope of courage. So I thought of that. I picked the Cipro. There were 20 in number.
Cipro, the medicine.
The tablet.
Yes, please.
Yes. So as I was about to take them, then something came into me.
Yes.
Why are you taking that tab? For what reason is that one? Then I thought of, there was a saying, it says, people like saying, like, when you kill yourself, God does not accept you. You're not clean before God and you get more punished. So that fear came into me.
Exactly.
The water dropped and the tablets also started dropping from my hand. Tears came out, rolling. I started crying. I prayed like for 3 hours, then I slept.
Yes.
The following morning, I found myself, I'm okay, I'm free. I went back to my work. I suffered with like that. In the other hand, my dad could be there like for 3-4 days at home.
That was my next question to ask. Was your dad there when all these things were, when you were undergoing the kind of abuse? Was he always home?
Yeah, my dad was. Sometimes he's at home for a week. Sometimes he'll be away like for 1 month or 2. That's when I felt a lot there.
When he's away.
Yeah,
Okay.
at least when he's around. When the woman is over giving me work, actually is not a woman, my mother.
Your mother, yes.
My mother is over giving me work. He can talk, and the woman can reduce. Then from there, then my dad came like at home, was like, how are you doing? I could not tell him each and everything. I said, Dad, I'm fine. Are you fine? Yes, I'm fine. Okay, the time of birth is nearing. What are we going to do? Then he was like, and my dad first thought of it and talked to her also. What are we going to do to our...
This is our daughter.
Yeah,
Yes.
what are we going to do for her now? Then she was like, me, I don't have anything to do. What do you think I can do for her? Should I carry her in my back to show her that I've done something? She's still in my place here. She's eating my food. What should I do next? And my dad was like, it's okay. Let her stay there. Then my dad went and like shop for me those things for when the birth is now nearing.
What a
Bwaise.
mother would need
Yeah, what?
as she goes into labor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then me, I didn't know anything. I just, you know that you don't have that freedom to interact with the people. She see me smiling with you, we are talking about her. So I am that type of being lonely at home. You just be working at home, not to be like sharing issues with someone. I don't have friends like to visit me at home, because every friends of mine from school, they fear my mom from home. So friendship stop from school. At home, we don't have friends. I don't have friends. Yeah. So when my dad bought all those things, she ended up collecting others and leaving me some, like those pillowcases. She collected some and leave for me others that my dad has bought a lot for me. Those things are a lot for me. Why all that for me? And I told her, it's fine, take some. Then she was like, that time I told you she wanted to fight with me.
Yes.
She talked of, she will never touch me when I've given birth. So when that pain started,
The labor pain.
the labor pain started, I have no one to go with to the hospital. And I didn't know it was a labor pain. I would have even produced my child in the latrine. I was going there, coming here. Then the neighbor noticed me. And the neighbor was like, what is wrong with you? Said, I'm feeling stomach ache.
The stomach pain.
And
Pain in the stomach.
and the pain is like, the stomach is like, something is like pinching me a lot.
Yes.
Then she was like, no, go and organize your things. We go to the hospital. My dad had a problem in the leg. He fell with a motorcycle. Then the leg got broken. He could not ride the motorcycle.
Anymore.
We have a boda at home. He was drunk, and it was on Sunday. It was raining at around 10, so I have to walk on the rain. While the neighbor is carrying those things on the
for you.
yeah, because there was no border since it was raining. A Saturday.
It was a Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
So we just proceed to the hospital. We slept with that neighbor in the hospital, and good enough, she was also a nurse.
Oh.
Yeah. In the morning, she explained my problem to the nurses there. Of course, she has to go also for work. She has to report. Then those nurses were like, okay, we are going to take care of her. Don't mind. You just come and check on her. We're going to give you all the details, all the information. So she gave my father's number to the nurses. You know, the labor pain is just there. All that.
So you
sort of,
didn't give birth that
no,
day? So you were in labor?
I was in labor
Pain,
for 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, with no one. So my dad was like, why should you do this to our daughter? Why don't you go take for her even if a lunch only? Then her friends also came to her. That is not good. At least even if tea, take for her in the hospital. Since you said you not touch her, don't touch her, but take those things to the hospital there. Then she thought of it. She have that heart also. Then she brought for me tea in the morning. She went back. She told me, Stella, I'm going back to prepare lunch, and I come back.
Your mother now?
Yes.
Okay.
She went home and prepared lunch, and you know, of course, that pain, I can't eat.
You cannot eat.
I can't eat. I packed the food there. In the evening, Stella, I have to go and prepare supper, and I bring.
Oh.
She went.
Something had changed about her. Okay.
She went back home and prepared the supper. She came back again. Now again, she cannot sleep in the hospital because my younger sister, was sick also. Now she had to go back home.
So you had to spend the night
alone in the hospital. So I spent that night again alone in the hospital. Actually, I was
2 nights.
Yes, I was taken on Friday, Saturday, then on Sunday evening. That's when I gave birth.
Okay.
Yeah. By the time I was giving birth, she has just left the hospital to go back home. So I was alone again. So I gave birth. That's when the nurses called my dad at home. Oh, she has done it successfully. Nothing is wrong. Everything is okay. And my dad was like, thank God. The following morning, they asked to discharge us and take us at home because we were okay.
The baby was healthy.
Was healthy, and I remember the nurses who were there was like, what a bright girl.
Wow.
The eyes were bright. She looked bright, beautiful. And they were like liking the baby. And the nurse who helped me, she's called Akwero. She told me to name my girl like that. Akwero.
Okay.
Yes. And I was like, it's fine, it's okay. I went back home. Life started like changing. Things became like easy because I was like now light.
Yes.
I can do my things now. And God granted me with a humble child. She can't cry all that time. The only thing, you bathe her, you put her there, she can sleep the whole day, give you time to work. So that mom again was like liking me.
Okay.
Because I do my thing. After I've done with my thing, I go and sit down and breastfeed
my child.
I go back for work. Other than when I was heavy with it. So life became changing. Like my dad was supporting me, buying for me those soap, those small things there.
Essentials that you need for a child.
For the child. When he's going away, he can give me money. Like when you don't have this, you have to buy this one, and so that it be there. That's how I be. Now after that, I feel like life is changing. Courage is coming back. I was more courageous now. I thought I would remain in that situation, but I see like sometimes it's hard, but it keeps changing just like that. But it was not easy.
I know.
Even if it was changing like to be easy, it was not.
Still not.
Yeah.
It's not what you wanted.
What I wanted to be free.
Yes.
Because that freedom is not there. You have to work with the fear. You have to work with when someone is backbiting you, when someone is abusing you. You don't feel comfortable.
I get you.
Yes, that's how I manage it. So when the child has reached like 6 months, that's when I told my dad, can I go and see my mom?
Now, this is your biological mother you're asking for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go and like see my mom? And my dad was like, what have you thought of your mother? I said, no, I just feel like
Going to see my mother.
yes, there is nothing wrong here. There is nothing that I've thought of. I just feel like going to see her. Then she was like, my dad was like, okay, let me look for your transport and you go. After I know where my mother is, but we have not been together. She's with someone else. Yeah. So that's when I went to the village. I started life there again with my mother in the village. At least I felt that love is there, that mother's love is there. I can sit and do my things. I can breastfeed my child exactly the way it is needed. Not you breastfeed while peeping. Is she coming to shout? You have not done this. You first have to put the child down, you go and do it, then you come back. But from my mom, she tells you, go and breastfeed. It's time, go and breastfeed. Wash this one, hang it, go and do this one. Yeah, she was like taking care of me and the child also, because I didn't know what to do. And no one was to explain to me.
No one told you
what to do.
Can I ask you something? How old were you when you were going through all this?
I gave birth when I was 19 years old.
When you were 19 years
Yes, that's 2018. Yes, that was my age when I was going through that.
Going through all the kind of experience.
Yeah.
So Stella, how did this experience impact on you?
The experience has really changed my life. I broke out of school, and actually I even lost friends.
Oh yeah, of course.
I feel I'm lonely. I don't have friends. Even my parents, I see that distance now with them.
Because you told me from the beginning you had a relationship with your father,
yes,
and it was strong.
Yeah.
Now it has been broken.
Yeah, it has been broken, and that love, I don't feel it like
anymore
now. I feel I'm lonely. I even broke up of school. Things are not easy with this child. No, I've been battling with it. I first go to the village. Then I thought of, okay, I'm a senior 4. Can't I get something in town to do so that I cater for my child also? Other than all the time, Dad, I don't have this. I don't have this. So getting for job also, it was not easy. Someone will tell you, I can employ you, but with a child, no. That was that difficult part, but I managed to get a job. But now also it's not easy. I'm planning to take back the child in the village. That my heart is still even longing. I don't know if my parents will accept me to leave the child in the village or to come back again with it with that child to work. I'm just doing a small business for someone that's paying me also, not my business, not what. And things are not easy outside here since I've already broke out from school. Yeah. I can talk of also, like, it has changed my life also.
How has it changed your life?
I used to depend on my parents. I used to wait things from my parents. I just get holidays. What I have to know is housework.
Or the only thing you knew was housework.
Or if I'm to go to the village, they take us to the village, you go to the garden. That was the thing. Things outside, like you have to work and you get the money, you cater for yourself. I didn't know. Life outside, I didn't know anything. And that without work, you cannot gain anything. And you have to work harder so that you get that thing you want. That by now also I can plan for myself. I can rely on myself. I have that courage that I can do it, I can make it. Why not me if other women are also making it? That's why I thought of looking for job. That is it.
Okay.
I come out of it.
So you had for yourself.
Yes.
She's self-reliant. She is courageous. She's a strong woman.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Stella. So, where did you? Let's look at support. Who supported you during all this time?
Okay, in all this time, my dad was my support.
Very supportive.
My dad was very supportive.
Okay.
He never abandoned me. Although that love is not totally there, but I still thank him. He supported me. He gave each and everything needed. He was the only person I can lean on.
Okay.
He was the only person who wiped my tears. Can talk to me, my daughter, no, this. By the way, I used to fear my dad.
Oh.
I used to fear my dad when it reached time for schooling, even writing those requirements only. I write, but I write little because I fear him.
You feared him.
But when I see that thing is coming, he started like bringing me closer to him so that I don't lose that hope in him. To have that fear again. If I was to have that fear, I could not explain myself to him and he could not give me what I want. I will not get what I want from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with all the experiences you went through, which kind of message would you pass on to a young person going through the same, or a person who has gone through the same?
Like for a person who is going through the same situation, just be courageous.
Okay.
And be a hardworking person.
Yes.
Don't think of a negative part, although I've talked of it a lot.
Yes.
Just put in mind, I can make it.
Okay.
Be a strong woman. And for those who have not gone through it, who are still at school, my dear, I wish to be you, who is still in school. The way I'm yearning to go back to school. Right now, that paper is just there for senior 4. Actually, I got 43. With that pregnancy, I sat with it and I got 43. That's at 3rd grade. I wanted to go back to school. I even planted my soya. So they sold it. Instead of taking me back to school, they take it to my brother. So they told me, sit at home. You have already lost your opportunity. Just be taking care of your child, but I still want to go back to school. I still want to go back to school. Right now also my daughter is to start schooling. I don't have the money. Even I don't know about the father. I don't know who will be paying her to school. Since I'm not working doing a good job like a monthly. Because I don't have papers.
You don't have papers.
Yeah.
So
just like to tell them to stay in school.
Stay in school.
Study hard.
Yes.
Think of your parents and think where you came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stella, you've given the message to young people. How about our parents here, and then the government, the teachers? What kind of message would you have for them?
I will start with the parents.
Yes.
So I advise parents to be near their children.
Yes.
Stop those wordings, those big words on them. However much is not your real biological child, try to modelize the words on her or him also. Because the child will think only once, will make the decision from there.
Yes.
Yeah. Also the government, I can tell them to cater for children, for a girl child also.
Okay.
Yeah, to care for them.
Okay.
As the way they are doing also. Because also me, I studied in a single sex school. So there was also a government sponsorship. They can provide for you like after a month or 2 months there. They come and distribute pads to us, to school. They educate us. They even teach us about the sexual from there. Also the kitchen side we have also from there. So I just advise them to continue with it and to reach even down in the village there, not only the town side. Because most of the problem is in the village. Those girls, after reaching P5 or even senior 1, they thought of, okay, I know to write my name, not even knowing to write my name, I have to go to my place, to my home now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stella, thank you so much for sharing with us your story.
Okay.
So young people, you've heard Stella's story. She's urging you to keep in school as a young person.
Yes.
And to the parents, please support your children. If Stella had been supported, to go through this smoothly, she would maybe have a different story. So support your children, support the girl child, that is for the government. Please let's support our girl children to stay in school. Let's support them with the necessary things they need. Thank you so much for watching this episode.
Thank you for listening in today. If you or someone you know is facing such violence and needs help, please check in the episode description for resources.
This podcast is part of Play Talk Change, a virtual conference around serious gaming, research, and gender-based violence. Follow us on social media and check us on our website for other updates.
If you would like to come on the podcast and share your story, please email us at playtalkchange.ni3@gmail.com.
Don't forget to subscribe and register for the conference.